Right then, I'm sitting here talking to you. No guitar in hand. Can only mean one thing. It's a new guitar day. It's been a year since the last one, which was that beautiful Ibanez 1975 SG, which I still have. I'm looking at it right there. And the reason why I bought that guitar was because of playability for me. A very specific instrument that was. I fell in love with it when I played it. I wondered why. It was all about the neck. It was all about the frets. It was all about being able to accommodate my banjaxed hands. And there's a lot of problems there, to the point where it's hard to play sometimes. This guitar is bought for the other reason. It's usually only one or two. Playability or missed opportunities. We're going back about 10 years when I saw the last one of these guitars. It was secondhand, it was there, and I missed it by about 20 minutes. And I know who bought it. Yeah. And it was a good price as well. But it wasn't technically this one. Because this guitar, which you know what it is, because you've already clicked the link, and it's written down beneath me here. But I'll keep you in suspense a little bit longer. This guitar's been through several different permutations, shall we say. Different manufacturers, different styles, few different features and tweaks. But I think this one's going to outdo the one that slipped through my fingers. My banjax fingers. Love that word. And because I got this beautiful, gorgeous, sexy little shred machine for a steal today. And, more suspense, it is, what am I missing? It's this gorgeous EVH Wolfgang Standard. It's beautiful, isn't it? And these guitars have eluded me every step of the way because either I missed them or they go out of fashion and no one wants to supply them, or they upgrade them and they sell them for ridiculous prices, or some prick Van Halen's them when they're already a signature model. Ugh. Now, I'm not a fan of signature models, if I'm honest, but this one, they've eased back on all those screechy 80s features, which you don't really need anymore. Now, the history of this guitar, really brief, but we're going to go through it because it's interesting. They started off being made by Ernie Ball. Ernie Ball made them first as a signature model. They now, if you find them, they've gone through the roof. The prices are amazing. You find battered up ones cheap enough, but why do you want a battered guitar unless it's old and old and old? The next manufacturers that started making them was the one that I was looking at, and it was Peavey. And he made the Peavey Wolfgang. Exactly the same shape, slightly different pickups. They weren't as hot as these, and a little round on the headstock. That's the only difference. I didn't like the Floyd Rose at the time. I was going to change it, but don't have to do this one. And we'll get to that in a minute for reasons why. This now is made, well, since 2009, and they still make them under the umbrella of Fender. And this one is made in Indonesia. And you can see how proud they are of it because they stuck their old logo on it. Nice little touch, that. And they're amazingly well made. I would describe this as high-end parts for an inexpensive price. Great value. Best way to describe it. And wait till you hear it. Trust me. So enough rambling. We're going to have a little chat about it because you've listened to me for 4 minutes. 4 minutes. And then we're going to make some noise. Don't worry, there will be noise in this video. That's become a little catchphrase of mine now. Sorry. Anyway, we'll go from the headstock down and we'll just do a brief run through of everything here. Very tiny headstock. I quite like it. It's very petite. And they've this little notch here. There's a little addition that they made on these. Very, very nice. EVH logo. Very cool. The machine heads on this are brilliant. They're really, really good quality. They're as good as the PV ones. And they actually remind me, even in the colour, this sort of gunmetal grey, of the old Ibanez, like the ones I have on my old RG from the 90s. And I can't floor them in any way, shape or form. It's a really hot day today. I tuned this up in a garage earlier on, like literally outside in a forecourt of a garage, and it's still here. And this is a Floyd Rose guitar, so there you go. Speaking of Floyd Rose, bit of an elephant in the room these days. I'm not, as a rule, a lock and trem guy. I've got my Ibanez one, which has the specific Ibanez trem, which is beautiful. I've got a 7-string Washburn with a really, really good quality Floyd Rose on it. I've got a Jackson Randy Rhodes V upstairs, same thing. My Ibanez is probably the best quality out of all of them because it's more stable. And the reason why a lot of Ibanezes tend to go unstable is because they float. This is an old style Floyd Rose. You can only go down on this one. Stop. You can't pull it up. And I like that because I want a trem. I don't want to gargle stuff. I don't want to do all that. I want to dive bomb a bit, and I want to be able to pull off the pinches and just have a little bit of fun with it. But because it's just there as an aesthetic thing, really, for me, I might even take that off and just have a nice locking set of tuners. The sleeve is very good in this one as well. This hasn't been touched. This guitar is from 2009. It's brand new, essentially. Guy that bought it originally hasn't really got it out of his box, which is beautiful. Anyway, let's have a look at the neck. The difference between this neck and the ones they make now is they tend to go for that baked, cooked maple thing, which is a nice aesthetic. But I think it sort of changes the tone of the instrument completely, can make it more mid-rangey. And, if you want to do that, that's what the tone knob's for. That's what the amp is for. Anyway, not really my thing either. And also, it's an expense which I didn't want to have to pay. Because you're looking at this one, cheap enough, brand new, 500 to 600, depending on what you put on it. This is enough. And instead of the compound radius which you get on the new guitars, probably best to explain the radius. The radius is basically this rounded edge carved into the top of the fretboard. And the more round it is, it tends to be a little bit more cumbersome to play. And a compound radius means it starts rounded, very rounded on this end, and it can get flat here. Or it can also be multiple different radiuses. This, on the other hand, is as flat as a pancake. And I love it. It's like what the PV1 felt like to me in the hand. The frets suit it as well because they're quite tall, but they're very wide. You can see them there. But they're lovely and rounded. They're beautifully finished. And they're not going to be a hindrance to my playing. I don't know what you do, but I have to be able to think when I'm looking at what I'm doing now. And I've had a little whittle on this thing already, and it's nothing wrong with it at all. And the finish on them is perfect. I say it's a maple neck with a little cap on the top of it. And as we go down, we have this little notch here. It's 22 frets. There it is. And inside here, get a little bit closer to you, you can see the thumb wheel, which is for the truss rod. So it's a nice little touch. Like this is a throwback to the Ernie Ball. A lot of Ernie Ball guitars have this, where you can just stick an Allen key in and do it on the fly. You can do it while you're playing. Well, not while you're playing, while you're in the middle of a gig, in between songs, if that neck ever goes out askew because of temperature, humidity, etc. Very nice touch, and I haven't had to touch it. It's a very warm day, very humid day here. We're going to get a thunderstorm in a minute, and that is as straight as an arrow. It's beautiful, and I'm very, very impressed. Let's have a look at the wood that this is made of. As we come down here, first of all, there's a lovely cutaway here. Little notch taken out here for ergonomic reasons. Love that word. It's a 4-bolt neck, as you can see. And this little heel joint is very well rounded and nicely made. The back of the body, or the actual body of the guitar, is basswood. Basswood, basswood, you decide. And usually it's quite a boring piece of wood, but look at that. There's a beautiful grain to that. Lovely, isn't it? And we're looking at what? 2-piece body. Yeah, 2-piece body, which is rather nice. They matched it quite well here, which is always interesting. But the front is what sells this. And that's a quilted maple top on here. Looks a little bit bland there until you get up close to it. Look at that. There's a beautiful piece of wood on there. And whether or not that's a thick, proper Les Paul style maple top on it or a veneer, which I don't think so because it's quite a hefty lump in my hand here. It's quite a heavy guitar for a small body. It's well done, very well done. And so you've got a nice little rounded cutaway here, and you've got this beautiful binding, which is actually a little trick. This is just unstained wood, masked perfectly, I might add. Whoever did that was a genius. It's just, that's the natural colour of the wood, so you don't have to worry about bits of either plastic inlay or wooden inlay or veneer getting flagged off as you go. That's going to last a long, long time. It's a very thick urethane finish on this guitar as well. Very impressive. Very impressive. Better quality than the PB, by the way. That's why I'm happy as Larry with this. Now, let's have a look at the pickups. The pickups in this one, notice they're mounted directly into the wood. There's no rings or anything like that. You can raise them and lower them through these screws here, but they're straight into the wood. Very deep cavity. And these are the Wolfgang Standard pickups. And let me tell you, this one is a fiery number. Really, really nice. The tone knob's going to get a little working on this one. The bridge is nice and crunchy. A lot of top end to it. So just say I tend to roll off the tone a little bit more anyway nowadays. But this one here is a bit of cream to it, but a lot of bite. You can pull pinch harmonics on the neck pickup, which is nice, particularly in standard tuning. We have a three-way Les Paul style selector here. So we've got boom, middle, there. And the great point about them is they're in the wrong place. I don't normally like that. I prefer a selector down here or blendable pickups. But it's in the swing, so we'll get used to it. I was expecting it anyway. As I say, we've gone through the Floyd Rose here. We always say when you're doing a Floyd Rose, have a look at what's behind here when you start. This is a 5-spring arrangement in here. I don't know whether these springs were added or if they come as standard. But it's beautifully taut. It's flat as a pancake. That's perfect on there. And there's not a hint of sawdust or any filings or anything like that. It's always a good thing to see when you're buying a second-hand instrument. How far that has been, there's 2 screws here going into the wood. How far that's been adjusted to make it look good. This one is good. And basically, they might hoover it out, they might polish it out, whatever. But always look for metal filings, always look for sawdust, and you'll see how much adjustment's been done. You go, oh, this can be a pain in the arse, this instrument, and then leave it alone. Don't go near it. This is just for the three-way selector, and this is the harness. The harness is very simple on this guitar. Couldn't be more simple. You've got a simple volume, which is lovely. They've got this beautiful little substantial feel to them. I always like that in a guitar. They're plastic, but plastic, whatever. My Fender ones are plastic. And we have a tone. These tone knobs are very responsive for a reason. And I think it's to do with this neck pickup, to be honest. I don't know what the readings of them are. I don't know what the specifics of them are. I just know that they're good rock machines. You wouldn't be playing black metal on this guitar. But that would look good, wouldn't it? I used to play black metal on a Telecaster. That was even funnier. It's more of a good rock shreddy machine. Think Van Halen, for example. I'm in a right mood today. But it's quite resonant. I've got to tune it a little bit. But for a guitar with a lot of wood behind it here and quite a thin neck, you've got quite a lot of... This camera's terrible. So what we're going to do now, because I've been talking for 14 minutes, 14, is move on. Don't worry. As I said, there'll be noise in this video. We're going to plug in and we're going to make some noise. I'm going to do a little quick sound check and a sound test, and we're going to play some music over a nice backing track that I found. And I'm going to cite the person's backing track in the comments and in the description of this video for copyright reasons. Copyright, terrible. Always cite someone who's doing something. But what I'm going to be going through is the pod, the 2.0. And the reason why I'm going to be going through this is I can keep talking to you and I can change the value of the outputs, drives, bass, and even the amps. So we can go through clean channels and we can see what these volume knobs do instead of this, and we can see how this speaks to this. but we'll be using the computer to do the driving. And a little bit of a cheat there, but it's going to be honest sounding. So 15 minutes. I will see you now. Right, so as you can see, we are now plugged into the Line 6 pod. And the reason I'm using that is so we can do live mixes and we can just mess around with it for a little bit longer. And we're going to start clean. Then we're going to go a bit of dirt into it. We're going to go through all the different pickups. We're going to go through not many permutations because there isn't many on this guitar, but you'll see what it's capable of. So we're going to start. Just a quick apology. You may hear some live spill from these strings through this camera. I'll turn this up as much as I can, but I want to be able to have a chat when I'm doing it because I'm a motor mouth. I've got to be able to have a conversation with someone today. So this is clean, and we're just going through the bridge pickup. Now that is just a nice, there's a bit of a buzz because you've got, you know, it's humbucking pickups and things, but keeps it clean. And that's pretty much all I use the tremolo for, really. Until in a few minutes when I dive bomb the hell out of this guitar. Now, let's have a look at the tone. Let's bring it all the way down. Drops the top end right out, but we can increase the volume a little bit. And there's a beautiful range. There's no big clip. And it's the same with the volume. If we go all the way off with the volume, that's very hard to find. Very impressed. Very impressed. So tiny little bit of reverb there, just to let you know. Now, let's go into the neck pickup, which is all the way down, right here. Now, you'll notice straight away a bit of a jump in volume. Now, we're up at the same here. So we're up, volume and tone all the way up. Still got a glassy tone. I'm very impressed. And let's have a look and see if this works, because it's going to be a rounder tone. So we come off, we're going to jazz it up a little bit, which is weird on a guitar like this, but there we go. All the way down, tone all the way down. Nice. There's a little bit of a buzz there. That's my fridge. It's not from the amp. Now, see what it looks like with the clean. I love that volume. With a bit of dirt through that, that's going to be great because there's no clipping. It's not just starting at 0 and going to 5 or something like that. Very effective. Very, very impressive. And this is on a bypass on all of this. So we'll dirt it up in a minute. Let's look at the middle position. Not my preference in a lot of things, but you got some nice... I don't know if this is going to come out as out of phase. We don't know yet. No, it's in phase. Bit of a quack to it, okay. Oh, I'm at peace with life now. This is great. Now, let's get some dirt going. Good thing about this thing, I did a review of one of these, which you can see in the playlist below. So easy just to switch between tones. I'll turn the drive down a little bit. Now I've got the bass up, we've got scooped mids a little bit, and then we've got very high treble. Tiny bit of reverb, but that's about it. And it's on bypass for all the effects. That's pointing down that way. So we'll go with a high gain sound in a minute, but we'll stay with something a little bit bluesy at the time. Bit of dirt, we'll go down a little bit. This is the volume coming down. See how much it cleans up with a bit of dirt. Haven't touched the drive. Here comes the dirt. Oh yes. Did it the wrong way around. That's actually the bridge pickup. You hear the difference in the volume. This is now the neck pickup. I did that the wrong way around. We're going to leave it in because it's a new guitar. I am flabbergasted at how well that cleans up. You don't get pots like that on a new Gibson. That's as clean as though there was no drive. And that's a dirty tone. That's supposed to be an old black panel Fender. And Line 6 do tend to make pretty extreme tones. Back off the tone a little bit. Look at the middle position now. Now this is all about 6 and 6. Not too heavy going. Still quite glossy. Let's add the dirt. Fuzz through that. A little bit of fuzz through that. We can do that. Where are we going? Let's get the fuzz box. Drive is down low here. Not really good for. Bet it's good in the neck pickup with virtually no volume though. Okay, we have some fun with that. Anyway, this is what we really want to hear. We want to hear high gain, we want to hear scooped mids, we want to hear shreddable sounds. So we're going to go to the infamous modern high gain setting. And right now we're on 0. We're going to see what this swells like. Haven't got much drive going at the moment, but we'll see what happens. There's a little spike. But dial that back a bit, I think we'd be okay. Anyway, let's hear some good shreddy stuff. that selector down there is a bit weird. Now we're at the bridge again. It's the law. You gotta tap. It's the law. Let's do one other thing. I just want to see what we have like with a clean sound and a bit of chorus. And then we're gonna have a look at me playing over a backing track. And then we're gonna end this long, drawn out video. Let's go clean. Let's go very clean, for example. Let's go without anything at all. Actually, we'll go to a blues channel. A little bit of dirt, and we'll have a bit of chorus. All with that neck pickup. I think this would benefit with a slightly heavier gauge string. I'm convinced these are 9s now on this, so I'm going to put a set of Dario NYXL's 10s on this one. 10 through, I think it's 52 on it. I've got a hybrid set there with a 56 on the bottom, which might do well. Middle. What's out of tune? There we go. And then we're going to switch straight away back to the modern high gain. Flanger. We have to do it once. Beautiful. So there's our long drawn out sound test, and now we're going to play over a backing track and we'll see what we can do. Very rough and ready sounds, I apologise for that, but that volume, that's on a high drive, and I can go back to. that delay is nice. Right, now you're going to see me whittling away for about 3 minutes, and then we'll have a little chat at the end. And if you've got this far in the video, thank you very much. I appreciate you watching them, and it doesn't go unnoticed when I see the odd like going on a video. This has been my musical diary for a long, long time. I'm going to keep it up. So as long as I keep moving these on here, there'll be videos. So here's some shreddies. So there you have it. This is a shredding machine. And you can tell I haven't played that much in the last little while because it's shredded my fingers as well. But it's worth it. I highly, highly recommend this. I'm so glad I finally got one. Whether it's the PV one, just expect the pickups to be a little bit different. But go for one of these. If you want a good... You could do this for rhythm, the chunky rhythm sounds you can get from these pickups, the screaming leads, absolutely screaming leads. I'm just impressed, blown away. Fender, my hat is off to you. And rest in peace, Eddie Van Halen. This is something that his legacy should be proud of. That's incredible. Yeah, very, very happy. So until the next time, which could be another year, we never know, because I'm sure you've enjoyed the last half an hour or so of me rambling and whittling. I wish you all the best. I hope you have a good year. I hope you have a good summer. And just be nice to each other and don't kill anyone. Thanks for watching my videos, and thanks for watching this all the way through. Have a good time. Be lucky.